So, hello and welcome everyone. And I think this is the first time ever this traffic light was green when I was approaching, so let's hope that is a good omen for where I'm going. So it's back to familiar stomping grounds, the Nordschleife. And it's that time of the year for that big endurance event, and my TCR team and I are going to be driving in it. So after the fun bit that was driving the Super Tourer on the Nordschleife, now it's back to business. An actual competition and not just an exhibition event, essentially. And I'm feeling quite comfortable, so I've had one test in the meantime. And yeah, I'm feeling ever more at home in my TCR Audi RS3 LMS. And I think also the brake that I had since the last TCR race now has done me well, so that things had now time to settle, and I felt right back home and also comfortable being able to push towards the edge. So I don't know about the others times, of course, and we will have a quite mixed field, so it will be highly interesting what will happen. I'm highly looking forward at this event, and of course the Nordschleife also has always been kind of kind to me, so let's hope this trend will continue. So see you on track, and remember to send it. So here we are during qualifying. So as usual, a one lap single shot. So first corner a bit off. There we see one of the new Astra TCRs, which I haven't seen before. During practice I was reasonably comfortable, so I'm hopeful that this will work out well, since there probably won't be much happening.
Incident in Sector 1, yellow flag.
Or not, but this was behind me, so it turned out to be nothing. I'll leave you just with a lap and then be back for the race start.
Green flag, Sector 1. Minutes to go, that's 10 minutes left. Sector 3 is yellow. Alright Andy, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. New fastest lap for Secon, 8:48.8 seconds. Fastest lap for Giovanardi, 8:48.
So the lap wasn't too bad. So let's see where I end up. So 7 laps already on the board.
P4, that puts you 2.2 off the pace. That lap was at 8:50.2 seconds.
And that doesn't look too bad.
Yellow flag.
And oh, someone overcooks it. But I'm on the outlap, yeah, so... Ah, my old teammate
Green
Rob.
flag, you're clear.
So in the end I end up being 6th. So not bad at all. And also notably the Alphas, which are now running here, which were in the International Touring Car Cup, are doing extremely well. And a Peugeot on pole.
30 minutes.
So, same. And there will be rumors that they will then take part in the European leg of the Touring Car Series. But now the start. What can I do from 6th?
Green, green, green.
So my old teammate and a competitor from the International Touring Car Series, Rob, is behind. Then I turn from Malaysia all the way
on your left.
to Nordschleife in
Okay, 3 cars,
5th.
you're on the right. Left side is clear now. Car is on your right.
And that trip
Sector.
looks
Still there.
to be worth it.
The right is clear, right side is clear now.
She's doing extremely well. And a bit of a kerfluffle at the start, but nothing really changed. So let's see what I can do in the first few corners. A terrible start from Homala from pole. So the Peugeot probably has to do some work on the starting procedure. That's not the starting as he would have wanted. Can I capitalize on that? Or does he have a problem maybe?
Farfus, car number 8, is leading the race.
That looks fine so
Sector
far.
1 is clear.
So it was probably, yeah, just bad luck at the start or something went wrong, but now everything seems to be fine. So final corner on the Grand Prix circuit and then onto the procession that is the Nordschleife. So it seems to be I'm rather comfortable in 6th. A Hyundai behind. A Peugeot ahead. The Alphas are both strong, including race lead. And compared to the Audi TTRS that I've been driving here last as a front-wheel drive car, the TCR has much more grip. It's also a bit more dancing on the edge with a light rear, so much better turn-in. Whereas the TTRS was more biting after the turn-in, it's more neutral after the turn-in, but it turns extremely well and it can carry a lot of grip. and you have to deal with a very light rear that we will see now in the next corner. But as long as you have a quick
Alright, Andy, don't let this guy distract
dab
you.
on the brakes, actually nicely controllable just when the car gets loose. It's a bit counterintuitive that the solution to that is to be on the gas,
Side.
but it works. So can I capitalize here
Stay
on,
your line.
again, the pleasure of having
Still there.
trouble, although I'm not fancying things that are here around the outside. So not in the first lap. I'm not winning the race or in the first lap. I'm maybe just losing it. So I'll play it safe. I'm not going to be good on the exit here either. So still finding my rhythm. But no harm done. And yeah, you can't really compare it to the rear-wheel drive GT4 that I've been driving last on this circuit, and I luckily already have forgotten most of it anyway.
In your rears into Fuchscrower.
How to drive the GT4? Oh, optimistic on the brakes. So all the TCR racers have sort of overwritten how to drive the GT4 around here, so that wasn't a big deal, and I got used to the TCR on the Nordschleife very quickly, and I felt very safe to push. Well, that's probably the reason why I think that's my best starting position on these Nordschleife races here in real life, I think. So the next set of corners, there you have a very light rear, but as long as you keep the gas pedal active, then you don't really have much to worry about. It's just, yeah, a bit counterintuitive. But everyone so far nicely lining up in the queue, trying to break out of the queue, but yeah, not really. I can
Okay, Andy, keep Adam under pressure. He'll make a mistake.
do about here, especially in this corner, and also next one. Just all about carrying the speed up to back rack and then onto the, well, sort of back straight to be part of the train and to bide my time. I also got the impression that these TCRs are a bit wider than the TTRS, or simply everyone is just a bit better at positioning themselves that they're in the way.
Focus on your exits.
So I missed the train a little bit here. That doesn't seem to be a particular problem. So here, Moodkurve courage corner, looks like I have a bit more courage than those folks ahead. But yeah, again, this further seems to be much wider than the other cars have been.
Come on, find a way around.
That
We're
I've
losing time.
Right side.
driven here.
Clear on the right.
And here I slept a little bit, so let Catsburg through. So down to 7th. I want that back, obviously. But it's a long race, so I wasn't overly worried. So here again I see the difference if I can get early on the gas, have space in front. Here's another of these places where you really have to work with the gas pedal to keep the car in line, because otherwise their rear end wants to overtake. But nothing unmanageable. Yep, they're jockeying, and I'm jockeying with them. That also means not being able to go flat out and also have to brake in reaction to where they brake. So the downside of being part of that train here, and especially in this section on the Nordschleife.
hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
And a bit of extra distance here isn't actually too bad, so you actually, especially here, you see where you're going for the Bellof S.
On your left.
Can I surprise Katzberg?
Hold your line. The left is clear. Car on your left. Left is clear
Nope.
now.
These guys all know how to drive. But annoying is part of the game. Annoying them. And here, yeah, then the next corners are the all-important ones to be in a good position for the straight. If I can get some tiny bit of extra speed here in the final corner, which is also extremely easy, especially compared to the TTRS, where here you have less power and more grip. So that's, I think, decent. It's not great, but it's decent. I'm getting a lot of slipstream. And it's more a game of where did you set your rev limiter in 6th. And I think we set it rather sensibly. So I guess they are stuck.
Car on your right. Everything's clear now.
A few less kph at maximum revs compared to us, so that's where I could sneak past Hommela and Katzberg. And here it's more of defending the two gained places and see whether we can do something into the first corner, but it doesn't look like. They all had good exits.
P5.
So that was a nice Döttinger Höhe. Here it's always tricky where to brake, because you have to brake a bit earlier. Oh, sorry. And
Car on your right. Right is clear.
but I'm also crashed into, so as I said, it is very tricky if you come from full blast
Car left.
to
Hold
find
your line. Clear left.
the right braking spot. In here I was a bit forceful,
On your left. Clear
standing
left.
in the way. Because the brakes
Okay, Andy, the next car is Secom, car number 31.
aren't super strong going into turn 1. But yeah, the alphas especially are really strong, so first and fourth.
Incident in sector 1, yellow flag. That's 20 minutes to go.
At least one Peugeot behind me, Hommela, so they will be a force to be reckoned with if they indeed enter a European leg of the Touring Car Cup that I will also compete in later in the year. At least we made
Green flag, sector 1.
our acquaintance with them, and we know what to look out for.
Let's see how wide you can make this thing.
And our guest starter from Malaysia is also doing excellent jobs. Fourth.
Right, the guy ahead of us is Chin, car number 96.
And not a guy, but anyway. Guess that's the routine from the pit crew, that everyone is a guy, even if they aren't. This one is also a bit tricky, but it's simply a matter of braking early and then you're good. You can't dance as much on the brake pedal as you can with GT4s, for instance. This is easier here, with the much better and much more neutral exit. Same here. Although your front tires become loaded and you have a very hard time turning the steering wheel. That wasn't the case in the TTRS. So here's one of the places where you can get some extra momentum, but it doesn't really matter that much.
You're reeling Chin in. The gap is now 0.22.
Yeah, you see how loose the car is here. So nothing I can do or want to do. Or get the invitation to do. The exit here also subjectively is also easier than everything I've driven so far.
We should have just enough to get us to the end.
I was worried at that point for a moment about the fuel we filled the car up with, but that was fine. But just to make sure that I don't have to pit. Same here, this double right-hander drives beautifully. This one a bit less so, but again, it's a matter of managing it with the gas pedal. It doesn't matter that much because everyone queues up anyway before the next corner. And as much as you might want, you can't go too wide through here with these rather wide cars.
Car number 88 is now leading.
And our own goal for this race, by the way, was just having a good result. After a promising progress that we made during the last few races.
Okay, Andy, stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake.
More of a consolidation thing now. Everyone understands the car much better. And then see where we are in relation to everyone who happens to take part. So you'll see a few used names, but also lots of new names that race in other series but have decided to enter this endurance event here. So I can be cautious here because, yeah, no one really has the courage they probably could have. Yeah, taking the inside so that I'm not get overtaken, but then we have someone on the outside.
Clear on the left now.
But I can defend that, so that worked better. Not losing a place again.
Left, that's 15 minutes. We're looking alright here. Keep your concentration nice and smooth.
Which isn't too difficult, luckily, to keep things nice and smooth. So the TCRs are really almost made for the Nordschleife, I'd say, and my driving style. Well.
Car left, clear on the left.
Yeah, as soon as someone at the head of the train gets this slightly wrong and everyone else has to stomp on the brakes. Or if they think they have to play defensive, which I don't really have to. Except, yeah, when you overdo it, so here, well, even then, Chin couldn't capitalize on Chicon's mistake. And neither could I. I think we would need a bit more track width for TCRs, that you could at least position your car alongside. I remember this being much easier in the TTRS.
On your right. Clear on the right.
Yeah, it's difficult if you have to stomp on the brakes over the jump and then the person behind you sees this even later. Here I was a bit surprised, but again, I guess someone at the head.
Okay, Andy, don't let this guy distract you.
Got a bit lost in the Bell of S, and that's why everyone else has then to reduce speeds. But that makes it at least easier to stay with them for Döttinger Höhe.
Left side. Still there.
I'm not sure why she gave me that opportunity on the outside. The downside is we both now lost contact with the train. So it wasn't the best exit. But I didn't even try to go around the outside. It was simply, yeah, the line that was afforded to me. because here is where the overtaking happens. Especially now that I know that the others have their rev limiter a bit lower, or the effective gearing for top speed. And I'm making headway, so that seems to work again.
The next car is Secon, car number 31.
But I'm really in my rev limiter as well, and that's, yeah, opportunity's gone. Homela really is racy behind as well. Also here I felt these cars take up much more space than the TTRS in this rather narrow section.
We're halfway home.
Exit Tiergarten.
Okay. Alright Andy, the next car is Chin, car number 96.
I think I'm a bit far away to make a lunge, and I don't feel like I have to. It's more of, yeah,
On your right.
Yellow flag.
being
Clear right side.
defensive,
Clear of the incident.
and
Green
they
flag.
overcooked it, and someone paid the price. So if I had braked even earlier, I would probably turn around properly, and not just slightly, that I could easily correct.
Sector 1 is now green.
But they shuffle things. Can I get
Car on your
Chacon
left.
here?
Still there. Left is clear.
Yeah.
Car on your right.
He tried to block,
Clear
but a bit
right.
late. So,
Car right.
guess that's it. Thank you.
Still there.
And someone left
Clear
a stricken
right now.
Golf there.
Good move, mate.
Not sure who it was. Not sure. It's in a
The next car is
alright
Alphas,
position. I guess
car
they didn't
number
want
8.
to put out yellow flags or anything. Still a bit odd to see that. So up in fourth. And 3 wide into the chicane. Nice. But they sort these out. And again an Alpha ahead of me.
The guy in front is Giovanardi, car number 88.
So in the Alpha sandwich.
You've used half your fuel. Okay, Andy, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left. Defend your position. Don't let him through. They're faster than us in turn 1. Incident in sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow.
Well, turn 1 doesn't count. Turn 1 was where someone tried to spin me around. But as I said, it's very difficult to judge a braking point for T1 if you're coming in at full blast and not just out of a final GP course corner. I have the momentum,
Sector 1 is green.
but I think I don't have the track width to do anything with that. These are wider than they look, the TCR cars.
On your right.
Oh.
Clear on the right.
Don't feel like it.
Car right.
2+2 into the
Hold your line.
Armberg.
Right is clear
But
now.
I'm getting on the
Car
marbles,
right.
and
Right is clear now.
yeah, Chacon says thank you. So that was that.
The guy ahead is Secon, car number 31. Your right sides are cold.
So too wide, too deep into Armberg isn't a good idea. But at least they keep jockeying, so I'm back in at the very rear. Have to lunge on the brakes here.
We're seeing rear locking into Ardenau Forst. White flag.
Not sure why they're showing that. There wasn't anything. Braking a bit early. And that messes up the corner. Behind this is one of the Astras, who are also pretty strong, as it looks like, especially in race trim. They weren't that stellar during qualifying, but now making their way up to 6th. Past the pole sitter, who's dropped to 7th. So the Astras are also going pretty well. So can I get the momentum here? That's not too bad.
Okay, mate, watch for a mistake. Okay, Andy, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes. They're faster than us into turn 1.
Again, turn 1 doesn't count. So, move curve. Everything's smooth. And let's not screw up next corner again. Whoa.
On your left, clear left, car left.
Shouldn't have said that, but can I defend against
Stay on your line.
Basel, who I know from the Audi TCR?
On your line, left is clear.
I guess he's also graduated to TCR. But everything's fine. Let's fall
See front locking going into carousel.
into the clutches of Homola. That kept his position. So again, this rather tricky section. I have to play with the car to keep it pointed where I want it to go and keep the rear in check. So they keep jockeying. There's nothing
5 minutes to go,
I
5
can
minutes
gain.
left.
Chin's dropping back a bit. From 1st to 4th in a couple corners.
Okay, Andy, the next car is Chin, car number 96.
Almost run to the back. And there seems to be a bit of a gap developing. Maybe the Civic has a problem.
Left side. Still there.
So I'm
Stay there.
forcing my way through.
Hold your line. Still there. Still there. Clear left.
Car in front of us is Secon, car number
So.
31.
Up and 4th. Again, lost touch to the 3 ahead. And everyone behind also seems to go through rather easily, so it's still the Astra behind me. And yeah, I'm a bit out of touch. Although they went over the grass, that probably didn't
Car
help.
ahead is Giovanardi, car number 88.
Didn't help their case. But this is fine. This is alright. And already running into my own limiter, so we have a much higher top speed now than in the laps before. And yeah.
Car right. You're on the left, 3 wide.
But these cars are too wide.
Car right.
Can I get
Stay
Chacon at
there.
least again?
Right side is clear
Yes.
now.
And then it's a matter of defense. Don't let them slip through, and
Car is on your right.
so here
Stay on your line.
I gave them extra room because
Hold your line.
that's what I learned from the last laps.
Still there.
They need the space.
Hold your line. Still there.
We're on the
Right
outside,
side is
first
clear.
corner.
Car on your right.
Losing
Still
it a bit
there.
on the
3
braking,
wide.
so
on the
I'm
left.
more happy that I make the
Hold your
corner.
line.
And oh,
3 wide, you're in the middle.
There.
Clear on the left now. Clear all around now.
Alright Andy, the pit window is now open.
It's a bit of
We think you'll be out of fuel on the next lap. We'll need to pit to refuel by lap 4.
chaos in the
On
first
your
corner,
right,
and
clear on the right,
then-
car right.
oh,
Yellow.
more
Right is clear now.
chaos, but
Incident clear. Green
yeah,
flag.
I'm not sure Comte had the business of being there because it hit me on the a rear axle.
Green flag in sector 1.
So car was fine. So we just missed the crucial bits, but yeah, not sure what that lunge was about. So everyone got a bit hot-headed in the first 3 corners. So can I catch back up to the top 2? Because I already have Pomola back in my rearview mirror. So it was just a fluke for the pole sitter to drop to 5th or 6th or whatever in the first lap. Pace seems to be there for the Peugeots. But these cars are wide, is also something I can make use of.
Car on your left, clear left.
Here I lost it a bit, dancing from left to right, but no big deal. So finally, a bit of space ahead of me here in this passage, so can I make use of the momentum? Yes. That this is how it can look if you have no dirty air or other cars ahead of you. So caught back up and also a little bit of a gap
You're locking your rears going into Arenberg.
to the guy behind. So now just these two are duking it out.
Tyre temps are good.
And let's make it a trio.
Car right. Clear on the right.
Okay, or a quartet apparently.
Yellow flag sector 2.
They surprised me here a bit. Dancing a bit, but yeah, can't make anything out of it. More like confusing me with my line for that corner.
Sector 2 is clear.
But yeah, it felt great to be able to attack and just to push without any worry. So having enough trust in the car by now after a couple of races and a bit of a break. So good exit here.
Box this lap, please, Andy.
But with this rather narrow track here, I don't think anything's possible. Even if I have a little bit of excess speed.
Car on your right. Right side. On your right.
So I was a bit late here. And
Stay on your line. Clear right now.
that was the
Sector 3 is now yellow.
imitation for Homola. So now back down to 4th. Not what I wanted. So that one corner always seems to be the
In
bane
your front into carousel.
of me for this race. It looks like I have more to worry about the Opel behind than
Green flag in sector 3.
3 guys ahead. Although this can change. So no. This is one passage where it looks like I'm a bit better. Not that it matters. But now I can start annoying Homola again.
Right side is clear now.
This was not intentional, more again of a function of these cars are freaking wide. And oh, Giovanardi has a moment. But yeah, just stands in the way, but now Homola is second. Guess the pole sitter wants to get back to the front. By any means. Bit of distance here so I can brake where I want to and not where I have to. And same here. I don't... I'll probably back off a little bit again. With these two jockeying and only one car really having space to the bell of S.
Right. Hold your line, clear right.
Not sure I can or want to do anything to
right.
Giovanardi. I rather have the momentum for the Tuner Höhe and then a final lunge.
Incident in sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow.
But
Stay there.
the Opel is great.
Hold your line.
So losing another
Still
place
there.
and
Right
probably
side is clear now.
have to focus on getting the Opel back on the Döttinger Höhe and not
Left side, clear on the left.
with my old friend Vasel.
On your left.
But he has a bit of a terrible exit
Stay
here, so
there.
yeah, that works.
Hold your line.
So we duked it out in the Audi
Still there.
TTRS, and now we're duking it out in the
Clear.
TCR. But that also means I've lost touch to the folks ahead. So probably we'll end up in 4th, because I don't think I have anything to say in their battle. Don't have that much excess speed and I'm not even reaching it because I'm too far behind them. I'm not in my rev limiter at all. Whereas they probably are. Here we are, but that's way too late. So, Antonius Bucher in Tiergarten.
Yellow flag.
And Giovanardi loses it, and I'm really lucky not to collect him and
Green flag. You're
where
clear of the
he
incident.
ends up. So, back up in 3rd, unexpected. And a bit of pity for Alpha.
Sector 3 is green.
I think they were always in the top 4 and now they are
Andy, great drive.
6th
That's
and
a
7th.
podium.
But a podium where we didn't really aim for. We just want to do a good job, and I think 4th or 5th would have been equally well. But I'm not complaining. I certainly take that. And also this was highly reassuring for the next 5 races in TCRs that I so found my car and my rhythm there. So yeah, 3rd place, and we were extremely happy. And also met a few potential competitors for the future. So I'm now on my way back, 1 day later, because there was some special task to be done, which I may or may not be able to talk about the next time, depending on how long things take. And yeah, let's hope I can get onto the Autobahn at some point here. Yeah, okay. Or not. Come on. There we go. So, Third place in that very prestigious race. Highly surprised, but also highly satisfied, of course. So that really worked out well. And it was also highly fun just to mix it at the top and with almost total confidence in the car. So yeah, I think I've now found my footing and the series where I really fit in well. And where the car suits me and my driving style. So I think that's an excellent foundation then for the second half of the year, which will consist of the European leg of the Touring Car Cup, so the second league, so to speak, of the TCR series. So we'll probably see most of the competitors from the previous TCR races back, so a number will go up to the World Touring Car Cup, so we won't see everyone back, especially these sort of top folks, and we might see a few new ones, especially the Alphas and the Peugeots, which are rumored to be part of the European leg of that series. So that will be very interesting, especially based on the pace that they've shown here on the Nordschleife, if that then translates to the more regular racetracks as well. But then, first before that, a rather long summer break, and one I'm really looking forward to. So it might be a while, but you might also see finally some more sim racing content from me, because I think I haven't really spent enough time in my rig in the past months overall. So now's a good time, I guess, to get back there and see what I learned or what I unlearned, depending on whatever it will be. And until then, see you on track, and remember to send it.